Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Parlay Revival. So we have sailed to the Philippines from Indonesia and have to get to a place called Cebu to get working on a few boat projects we've been meaning to do for the last few years now. The weather conditions were rough, and we were getting consistent 30-knot winds and stormy conditions as we battled our way west towards the land of the lechon. Ironically, one of the main projects we were about to undertake would alleviate the need for us to be fighting the sideways rain. So it's as though Mother Nature had one last little laugh before we were able to do this life-changing upgrade.
It's the worst weather we've had in a long time.
In a long time, yeah. It's like 30 knots on the beam. The waves are like only 5-second periods, so we're bouncing around so much and the waves are just breaking up over onto the top of us. So lucky we're getting this around, a little bit protected.
So that's not rainwater, right?
It's salt water. Fun and game. This is the exact reason we are doing this surround. So we don't have to go through stuff like that. 30 knots that was in the end. Pouring rain, like 6-foot seas straight on the beam. Stopped filming. Eyes hurt because the rain was hitting me straight in the eyeballs. But we've just anchored outside Porter's Marina. It's still 20 knots. So we're just gonna wait for a sec, take the dinghy in there, have a look. We're gonna be tied to some pylons, and the wind is gonna be right on our beam, so it's gonna be pushing us off the dock. We're gonna go up these narrow fairways, and I don't want to play bumper boats on my way down, so we'll go have a look. So far so good. Come down here, alright. That's where we're gonna go there. So our stern has to be up against that blue pontoon. Yeah. We gotta try not to hit this guy. Yeah. And we gotta tie to that. Yeah.
So Jamie had actually flown here a couple of weeks earlier on a bit of a reconnaissance mission to check out the marina options and meet with a few contractors. And we had decided that the best place for us to come would be right here at Porter's Marina. We were about half an hour from the city of Cebu, where there is an abundance of hardware stores, and everything here in the Philippines is cheap, especially the labor. But today, it was blowing 20 knots on the beam, so docking was a bit of a mission, but we eventually got Parlay all tied up.
We made it. We got every man in the village up against out. We've got a guy, Justin, here, who's one of our followers. Him and Brian, two of our followers, have been so helpful, messaging all the details about the area, organised this berth for us. They've got a car for us waiting on the dock, so we can move into an apartment that they also helped find for us. We were renting a place off another guy called Milo. So it's all coming together super nicely. So this is home for like 6 weeks. Boat work time. You love it, we love it. Let's get some shit done. All right, here we are at the new apartment.
Release the hounds. Release the hounds.
Whoa!
So the dogs were pretty excited to check out their new backyard, which was enormous by the way. It was fully fenced off, so they were free to roam around the entire property. They love living on the boat, and they usually get to run on the beach at least once a day, but this was different. This was more space than they knew what to do with, and they get to call this place home for the next 6 weeks, if all goes to plan, that is.
We are in such a remote little village here. I love it, it's so cool. But just half an hour that way is Cebu, which is a massive city. We'll take you there as well at some point. But we have Mr. Moritz here. He is going to be replacing all of our cushions and finally doing a surround enclosure for the hardtop. This is going to be an absolute game changer. I have no idea why we waited 7 years to do this. Every time it rains, even on the way here, we're just sitting there miserable, just getting pounded by all the elements. So, absolute game changer. And we're also doing surrounds down here on this level as well. So technically, this area here should stay dry. at the moment when it rains, obviously these big holes where the stairs are, it just wets this whole area and we can't use it. It's just a wet outdoor space. So with those, technically we could be able to sit here and edit on our computers. It's life-changing. So Maritz is just marking it all up. You feeling confident?
Yeah, good.
Feeling good?
Yeah, it's all marked here, the backside side.
Yeah.
I'm going, yes, upstairs.
And you think you can finish this in 3 weeks?
Yeah, in 3 weeks.
This is on camera. Are you happy with our material that we brought all the way from Hawaii?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's gonna work?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Alright. See how this goes. Look at the condition of these cushions. So we've gone with Sunbrella. This original stuff isn't Sunbrella and it's just turned to absolute shit. You can see here the mold just gets so deep inside the material. We couldn't stay on top of it. As soon as it started to come, we'd wash it with dishwashing liquid, laundry detergent, even special stuff from like Starbright and that. And these places are just so humid, and there's something about this material that it's just like a breeding ground for mold. So we've gone with Sunbrella. This is their new vinyl horizon stuff, they call it, but it's a lot more like, feels a lot more sort of leathery. So it'll be a lot easier to clean, completely waterproof. So an absolute game changer as well. And we've gone with a darker color. We've noticed that the newer Lagoons and all that have darker cushions, and it just looks so much better. I was actually able to fly. This is 66 pounds. I was able to fly with that and the clears from Hawaii when we did that documentary about Hogulea. We've gone with a Verilon 30mm vinyl for that stuff. It was about half the price of isinglass, but apparently just as good. So we'll see about that. Just cleaned it and cleaned it and cleaned it, and we just couldn't get the mold out, so we resorted to using a little bit of bleach, and it got the mold off. So we were stoked. So that was our sort of go-to, like a couple capfuls of bleach and some water, and then this happened. So the bleach obviously broke down the material, became brittle, and destroyed it. So a lot of lessons learned. Don't use bleach on any of this sort of stuff. But literally nothing else would get it. So hopefully we have a lot better experience with this umbrella. Fingers crossed. We'll let you know. We've also got a deckhand join the crew, Mr. Archie. How long will you work with us? 1 month? 2 months?
Yeah, it's like 3 months.
3 months?
Yeah.
Alright, let's do this. Archie's a captain here on a speedboat, but his boss has gone away for a couple of months, so he's joined the Parlay crew. We took all the foam out of all the cushions to try and make life easier for Maritz, and he told us to put them all back in because he wants to take them out and mark them as they come out. So we've wasted everyone's time this morning. Another little upgrade we're going to do is we're going to add an awning up here for the forward seating area, which is also going to enable those hatches there to be open 24/7. At the moment when it rains, obviously the water pours down here. We made little visors for it, but as you can imagine, just rain coming in and at anchorage just comes straight down on the angle there and floods the inside. So as soon as it starts even spitting, we have to close those. Those are the only 2 ventilation hatches we have for the entire salon. So as soon as they're closed, and we got 6 to 8 people down there, it turns into a sauna. So with this awning coming out to here, it should stop the rain driving in, and we just keep the saloon always ventilated. The thing that's been really complicated is figuring out how to attach the top of the surrounds to the hardtop. So we've come up with an idea to make an aluminium sort of a flashing that we can put a bolt track under, and the bolt rope has a zip on it, and the clears come right up behind me here. So hopefully that all works out, but it's a lot more complicated than you think. Plus down the bottom here, it's all well and good being connected at the top, but down here we've just got an open bit of deck. So we've bought a whole bunch of track, and we're gonna bend, glue and screw a track in here so that it's you know, not gonna flog around everywhere in the wind like that is right now. Ben boy!
I start that.
You gonna start?
He's out on me.
Well, that's Bim Boy. He's going to take on some pretty serious gel coat work. He's going to do a non-skid repair for us. We've been putting it off forever because it's really hard. But he came on yesterday and said, no worries, I can do it. I can color match the gel coat. I can do the non-skid for 10,000 pesos, which is about 180 US dollars. For that price, and I think he can't make it look any worse than it is, I said, let's do it. It's too bright to even see out here, but this is the bow repair that we did. Underneath is super strong. It's all done with epoxy. The bow ripped up when we were flying our spinnaker off the bow, like so many people do, but we've sort of raised a little bit of awareness about the forces involved, so that's good, so that people don't have this happen to them, because grinding inside here was an absolute nightmare. And then we found water had gone all through the hull and we had to replace a whole bunch of balsa core as well. We ended up just going solid glass where the balsa was wet and rotten. But yeah, like I said, they can't make it any worse than this. This is just gel coat stuff. This is all aesthetic, not structural. And this is Jenny. She's
Jenny from the block.
She's joined the crew today. She's going to help around the place. But a few days ago, remember Jake? He bought a bunch of sweets for us, and he said we have to try it. It's traditional food from Surigao. Do you get this stuff in Cebu?
Yeah, we have here in Cebu.
Yeah. Okay, so you get it here as well, but we have no idea what it is. Some of it looks a little different. So Jamie's going to do a tasting.
No, right.
Ready?
This one I'm not quite sure what's the name of this.
Even you don't know what they are.
Yeah, but it's here. This one is good, but I'm familiar with this one.
Do we need
But
to
we
heat
can
this
buy
up?
here in Cebu. Yeah, we need to heat it up.
Ah.
So we can heat it up.
So you boil this,
steam.
steam it.
Yeah.
But this one we can eat cold, or it all has to go hot?
Oh yeah, almost to go hot.
Apparently these are all Filipino delicacies.
Is that cheese?
Yeah, cheese.
It's really good. You gonna try one? You've had this many times?
Yeah.
It's got a coconut flavor. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. That.
And this one?
Yeah, not sure also. It's my first time.
It's hard.
It's my first time seeing this from Surigao, so maybe I can also taste this. We'll try this one together.
Okay, what do we got here? It's hot. It's different.
Sweet or not? No, you don't like. How about this one?
Jake said he wouldn't be offended if we didn't like it. We don't like it.
Does it really taste like a nut?
Oh, your face isn't very inviting.
No, I'm not.
It's like a banana.
Meanwhile, Bimboy's worker made quick work of grinding the gel coat down, and the next step was to make a mould which would be used to make the non-skid piece. The mould that he's making here will have little female diamonds in it, which is why you couldn't just use this as the non-skid piece. The piece that you pull out of the mould will have the normal little male diamonds as the non-skid. He hopefully used enough wax before rolling out the mould, or else the gel coat would stick to the boat, which I can confirm from first-hand experience is a nightmare to fix.
Okay, we're getting through it. Next one. Oh, nice and hot and sticky. Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one.
It's not. It's really sweet, but
That's good.
I could eat the whole thing, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Yeah, this is biko.
It's nice.
Yeah, biko.
I could eat that whole thing for sure. Okay, so we have one good one.
The old six pack will be gone.
Shit, you got a six-pack now.
Not if I keep eating that.
I've also heard that the one of the best delicacies around here is the lechon.
Yeah, and
which is
we'll let you know what that. Definitely taste that.
lechon is Cebu is famous for lechon.
Yes.
You have the best lechon,
best lechon.
and it is a roasted pig or a chicken.
Yeah. Can be roasted pig. roast chicken is also yummy. Yeah, so but the best here in Cebu is lechon.
And it's cooked on a roast.
Yes.
Like a rotisserie.
The charcoal, yeah.
Do you know what one this one is?
I don't know. It's from Surigao. But still the rice, it's like a biko still.
Oh, it didn't cook.
Not cooked.
Well, it's just hard.
No, yeah, it's hard.
Oh.
I think that one is too
What?
long, not in the fridge. You like?
Not so.
Not so.
My first time.
So it's not just us. What's the other thing we need to try? The baby duck?
Yeah, the baby duck. It's called balut.
Oh boy. What is it?
Balut. It's called balut, the baby duck.
And it's still in the egg.
Yes.
And you crack
You need
the
to
egg,
try it hot.
you eat it hot, and it's a
Yeah.
baby duck.
Yes.
Like this big.
Yeah. Sometimes the 18 number, it's called number 18. So it has already like feathers.
And you eat it
Yeah. You can
with the
eat
feathers
whole.
and the claws.
Yes. But you can spit out the claws or the nails.
And this is a Filipino delicacy.
Yeah.
No
Oh.
And it's very
boy.
tasty. You can once you can smell it, that you can really like you can eat the whole balut.
And they boil it?
Not really boiled, but it's hot when they give it to you because it's more tastier when it's hot.
Leave a comment down below if you want us to try the balut. I don't want to do it. It sounds scary, but
Yeah.
when in Rome, right?
Let's go to work.
Okay, we have the. This is zoomed in too far. We have the. We have Maritz coming tomorrow, and we haven't even started putting these tracks up. So this is what is going to be holding the bolt rope, top and bottom, and obviously he can't do shit without us installing these for him to get a measurement between them. So we got some coming here, 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 there, there. But the issue is that there's nothing to carry the track. We've got a solar panel here, but we can't just run a track down here because we can't get the enclosure around the frame. It's just been a really tough process designing this thing. But I think we've finally come up with a solution, and it involves making a bit of an aluminium flashing around the whole hardtop so that this stuff here can be screwed up to it there like that. So we'll take you through it. This can apply to anyone who has a hardtop. We made this hardtop ourselves. We got it welded, but we designed and made it. So we didn't really think this far ahead to put an enclosure in it. I don't know why. I don't know why we haven't done this the day I bought the boat. But yeah, this is just our method of getting a track up to the top. Down the bottom, self-explanatory. We got it. It's called flexor rail. It can be bent, so we're gonna have a nice curve down there. For example, here the track is gonna come here, and there's nothing to carry the track, so we're gonna put some more aluminium flat bar straight across here. The one and only track that's on the boat is this forward one here, and it came with the boat. First thing we have to do is get rid of this handle here. It's right in our way, so that's got to go. Okay, the grinder is throwing out bits of aluminium from inside it, and it is revving way too hard. I think her days are over. Not a good start to the day. We welded this handle on years ago in Panama, and we literally use it every single time we go sailing. It has proven to be the perfect hand grab for coming up and down the stairs or looking up while hoisting the sail, so it absolutely pained me to have to cut it off. But boat upgrades are sometimes about making compromises. What we would gain here would have a seriously positive impact on the quality of our lives during these wet seasons, so we decided to go ahead with it. We had spent days trying to think of an alternative solution, but we ended up having no other choice. By the way, I've been quoted $13,000 to build an enclosure like this, so
So I'll let you know what my final cost is for this entire project, doing it somewhere like in the Philippines.
Okay, that's all done. I need to get some finer flap discs to polish that out properly, but for now that's good enough. We're going to carry on. Okay, our first strip of aluminium can start getting marked up.
The strip of alley that we're using here is 100mm wide and 4mm thick. As usual, we've over-engineered this, but I feel like there could be a pretty huge amount of force on these tracks, especially when the surrounds are down in 30-knot winds like we had coming in here. Another thing we had to work hard to achieve was to make sure it's completely waterproof. This isn't your normal setup where the solar panels are bolted down onto a fiberglass hardtop. For us, the solar panels are the hardtop, which again was a fraction of the price of the real deal, but we have to seal up every little join between panels or else it leaks like a sieve.
So we've just dry fit those aluminium plates. You can see we're going to run the track on the inside of this one and then on the outside of the frame here. So a little complicated, there's going to be some funny business going on up there. But now we're just going to cut it to length. We have to notch out for some solar cables and then we can start screwing it on there. I'm going to round these corners in case someone hits their head on it, make it nice and smooth, and that should be it. This is progressing nicely.
So while I was downstairs making some last minute orders for an air conditioning project we're working on, Jamie cut all the strips to length. We then loosely assembled everything and it looked like our design just might work, which we were pretty happy about.
Okay, there we go. We've put the aluminium flashing bits up. So now we have something to fix our bolt rope tracks to. And we've only put a couple of bolts in there. So we just dry fit everything because when we do the final installation, we're going to use nylon washers, Tef gel, all of that good stuff to separate the aluminium from the stainless. So we just need to get something up there for the upholsterer to get his distances from there down to here. We're on track.
There you go guys, that's a wrap for this week. Join us next Sunday as I literally experience the worst pain of my life.
The house!
Oh, I had to step out of the room for a second. That is really hard to watch.
That was the most painful thing I've ever experienced. Maybe I'm weak.